I'm Norman Liss, and the name of the program is The Way to Go. I invite you to join me as we explore places to go and things to do. What we're exploring today is Damn Yankees, and Damn Yankees is a wonderful, wonderful, bouncy, great, entertaining show at the Westchester Broadway Theater. And we're fortunate to have as my guests today two of the stars of the show, Meg Bussert and P.J. Benjamin. And it is a great show, and it's a lot of fun, and so that's the question. Someone said to me when I saw the show a few days ago, they said, they look like they're having so much fun up there. Are you having fun?
Well, I'm having a ball. I mean, how often do you get to play the part of a devil? I get to control everything. I'm invisible. I can do anything I want up there. So it's a lot of fun. And I think, like you said, if you have fun, the audience will have a ball. No matter how hard you're working, if it looks like you're having fun, the audience will have fun with you. They want you to have fun.
Yeah. But Meg, a point I think that's very interesting is the fact that it's work. I mean, there's a lot that goes into making that show.
Particularly, my part is a serious one throughout.
Yes.
There's a moment of levity in the beginning, in the first number, with the wives being upset with their husbands for ever watching television and ever watching the game on television. But the woman I play has a very serious problem throughout. And so the kind of fun that I have is the satisfaction of it's a very satisfying role to play, because you lose your husband, he disappears, you keep wandering around kind of, and there's this gorgeous young man who keeps reminding you of your husband, you know, and it's like, I'm 20 years older than he is, so why is he so attractive to me? And this was in a time when this wasn't necessarily, cool to fall in love with young men. So it's a lovely part. And then I get my husband back at the end.
Yeah, what those who aren't familiar with the show, although it was first presented on Broadway in 1955, and it was a great show, and then it was revived 2 years ago. Right. And Jerry Lewis did.
And Meg was in the revival?
Yes, I understudied the role that I'm now playing. Yes.
Perhaps people don't know the plot. It's, and without giving away, because it is a fun show, is that we have a baseball fan who wishes that he could play baseball, and the devil, Mr. P.J. Benjamin, known in the show as
Applegate.
Mr. Applegate, and who lets him turn into a strapping young man, a great baseball player. Who,
in exchange for his soul.
It's a very popular dramatic theme. It's done in opera. It's the Faust theme. It's, sell your soul to the devil for the thing that you want. That's why it's such a good, solid story. It's all of these, I think, PJ and I love the old musicals. These older shows are really based in a wonderful, true story. There's no frivolousness. I mean, yes, there's a lot of lightness surrounding, but it's a real serious story.
Yes, there is a story.
And there's something that kind of, you kind of follow through. So there's many stories surrounding it.
I think it's a very universal theme right now, because I even say to myself, okay, you have so many years in your life. Everything we do, we're trading a year of our life for. If I decide to take, French lessons for 6 months, well, I'm trading that. So where is the trade-off? Like the man in our show says, if I could just be a young ball player and win a pennant, I'd do anything for that. Well, sometimes it's not worth it. He finds in the show, it's not worth it to have this stardom for 1 year. What is stardom? What does that mean?
Yes.
It's your soul. It's this kind of soul that really is something. And I find, even for myself, after 25 years in the business, I want to plant my garden. I want to take little trips. It's my life, and I'm not going to sell my soul for stardom like this boy in the show does.
Let's kind of set it in one of the first scenes in the opening of the show. Here is the older person, Joe Boyd, who wants to be a ball player, and you're his wife.
Right.
And you sing a great song in that, don't you?
Yeah, 6 months out of every year I have no husband. 6 months. 6 months out of every year.
And it's he's sitting in front of the television set rooting for the Boston Red Sox.
Rooting for the Washington Senators.
Washington Senators.
Which no longer exists.
Yes, right. Do Boston Red Sox still exist? I guess.
Yeah. Not too good this year.
Was it last night they lost? I was at that game. I actually was there.
And hoping that he could be part of it. And they have this wonderful. There are a lot of wonderful numbers that people are familiar with in the show.
You got to have heart.
Yes, great harmony.
Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets.
Who's got the pain when they got the mambo?
The one in the end with.
What's that?
I want to say Too Darn Hot, and that's not it.
Two Lost Souls.
Two Lost Souls.
Yeah.
Great one.
The thing that these musicals from the 50s, those were the standard, they became the standard songs of the time. We have the top 40 and the rap or whatever goes on as the popular music today, but that was the popular music at the time. So all of these shows, it was Fair Lady and Music Man and Damn Yankees, all of these happened at the same time, and those songs were lifted and became the songs that everyone was singing and listening to.
You mentioned that yours is kind of the straight role, and a lot of the parts are all caricatures in it, but yours is very straight. And you get to sing because you've done so much singing in other shows here and elsewhere on Broadway, in very heavy roles, so to speak.
Well, but this is every time Meg Boyd, the character I play, comes on stage, the show gets anchored back into the story. So sometimes we go back off and we play with the ball team, or the devil is carrying on with making all of this stuff happen. But every time Meg Boyd comes on stage, you're reminded that this young man that we're laughing and having a good time with isn't really this young man. He's her husband who has gone off. So it's a very satisfying acting role to play.
I feel that Meg does carry the acting part of the show. Her character is really the acting. Mine's more the song and dance kind of vaudevillian, the kind of instigator, the kind of guy who can have fun and goof around on stage, while Meg has to carry those serious scenes, although she has her moments. She has her moments, the light moments too. I feel like I can just,
And talking about that, you play it in a black suit.
Yeah.
Now,
with red socks.
With red socks.
With red socks.
Handkerchief.
And of course, those who know the show, everybody is waiting for that great number that you do.
The good old days.
The good old days. And it's interesting, in the revival, Victor Garber first and then Jerry Lewis played it in red clothes, I believe. They didn't play it they weren't as subtle as this.
I find that I always approach every role, no matter even if it's a song and dance kind of comedic role, with seriousness. I find comedy is very serious. So I found, let me dress in this one black suit. I want to look good. The devil wants to look sharp. He's sexy. I mean, he's the devil. He's vanity. He's sex. He's everything that there is. And the best way for me to portray it as an actor is to wear a simple suit and come out there and do my acting. And I think one of the reasons that people should see this particular production of Damn Yankees is because Phil McKinley, our director, worked as George Abbott's assistant.
Oh, really?
When they did it out at the paper mill, George Abbott was 106.
This was 10 years ago, right?
Yeah. Was he 106, 103 or something
99
like that?
then.
99,
Yeah.
but he looked like he was 88.
But George Abbott co-wrote Damn Yankees, and he was the original director.
He's the original director, co-wrote it. He is Mr. Musical Comedy. He's the creator of musical comedy.
He was involved in like 80 Broadway productions, George Abbott was.
So Phil McKinley was his assistant at 99 years old and has taken what George Abbott, who wrote this show, and has put it up on our stage at Westchester Broadway Theater. You won't see that. Phil McKinley now is the carrier of the torch of this show.
Talking about torch.
Uh-oh.
There are a lot of pyrotechnics involved in this show, aren't there? You get flame comes out of your hand. What are some of the things that happen? I don't want to take all the surprises out.
Flame comes out of my hand. I produce cigarettes. I disappear. I reappear. I grow horns, and I do all those things. And you know how it's done?
No.
Magic.
You really are taking advantage, this production is taking advantage of all of the hydraulics and all of the things that this theater has. You have stages that rise and turn. Now, you both have played at the Westchester Broadway Theater for a long time. You've done several shows together. You've done shows elsewhere together. So you've done 3 shows together, haven't you?
What did we do, Meg? Refresh my memory.
Well, we did Barnum. We were brilliant as Sherry and
that was a great
Phineas
show.
Taylor Barnum.
And at the Westchester, we did
Camelot
together. I was
King
Arthur,
and the Queen.
King and Queen.
And
what other shows did you do?
well, we're doing this one together. And then I've also done My Fair Lady and On Your Toes.
But you're involved with some other thing at the theater, aren't you?
Yes. The Westchester Broadway Theater is now starting a Theater for Young Audiences, which is we all call TYA, and it's a professional company of people, and we will put on shows for children right now twice a year. Our hope is to take it out into the community, and we need some corporate funding to help us do that. But in October, we're going to be doing Beauty and the Beast, which will coincide with the adult show Phantom. It's the same story, of course. And
which you played in.
I will be the evil, horrible diva.
You did that when Phantom was at this theater before, and you're doing it again when it opens in September.
Right.
So this is a professional theater?
Yes. All the evening shows, the big main stages show, are professional equity people.
But I'm talking about this.
The children's thing now is. It wasn't before, but now.
And you're going to be putting on performances?
Yes, and some of the people that you will see in Damn Yankees will come back again, and you will see them in Beauty and the Beast. And you will be highly entertained by some of the surprises.
Is this a new direction for you?
Yes, I'm a mom. One of the producers, Lisa Tizo, she's a mom. Our producers are fathers and stuff. And we really want to, we have a fabulous facility there, and we have access to wonderful, wonderful New York talent. And why not bring it here and let our kids enjoy it? And that way, the grown-ups, you won't go to this horrible kids show where you go, oh my God, I have to sit here for an hour. You can be as entertained as the children, because there'll be several levels operating.
It's interesting you talk about children's show. I remember a young actor at the Westchester Broadway Theater who was in several shows named Jimmy Tate. Was a little black boy who is now one of the people in this wonderful tap dance show.
The tap dance kid? He was
no. All that I can't remember.
Bring in the funk.
Bring in the funk. He's one of the people who are dancing in that, and I remember him as a
the talent that
10-year-old, and he was great. He did Shenandoah, I know, and he did another show there, and I remember him as a youngster.
The talent at Westchester Broadway Theater, I'm not just saying it because we're in it, is phenomenal. It's some sensational talent. You look at all these people, look at their bios, and you go, oh my God, they've done everything. They've done 1 million shows. They're terrific. I was going to say, one of my last shows at Elmsford was La Cage aux Folles. That's what I did. I did the Flaming Alban, and I think George at the theater said, well, PJ went, because then I did King Arthur, so they said he went from a queen to a king. Now I went to a devil, and then Bob Funking, one of the owners, said, I think what's next? God? What are you going to play next?
There was one role in this. Gwen Verdon originated it in the original cast. B.B. Newworth did it in the revival, and that, of course, is Lola. Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets. And you get to play a lot with her in this, don't you?
Yeah,
got a wonderful young
Amanda. She's Amanda Watkins, terrific. We're going to see a lot of her. She's very young, and she's sexy, talented, great dancer, good actress, and smart. And it helps to be smart as an actor. You can have more at your facility. Can I say that? To if you can know what you're doing and how to get there, you can do any role. You open up your broad base of roles you can play from your intellect.
I spoke to her after the show. I have to admit that I didn't recognize her.
Of course not.
Aside from the wig, it's unbelievable. That's what I admire about actors. You become someone else when you go on stage. You really do become that person.
That's the fun for us. I mean, sometimes the roles are a lot of work, and we work very hard in the rehearsal process to find the truth and the character and the integrity of what we're going to say and the relationships with other actors. But when we can dress up, that's the fun part. To get into the period clothes that you don't wear every day, and the women to look glamorous or dress down. I mean, for Carlotta, I have hair up to here. I have electric lights in my head. I have just makeup. For him, I mean, he plays himself pretty much.
This is the first time I'm in a suit, actually, going from a dress to tights to a suit.
But that's the dressing or the birthday, what do you call it, the icing on the cake for us. That's the fun part.
You realize our life is make-believe. We make believe on stage. We're like kids. What other profession do you get to do that in? I guess maybe a lot. I don't know, but it's a great lifestyle.
Is it difficult to get into your real life when you get off? You both have
full
family lives.
Yeah, it's tough.
It depends. Yeah, I noticed that this role is easier for me to come down and and be my life. But certain roles, like if I was Eliza or even the evil diva, the energy is such a height that it takes a couple hours to come down and be mommy again for Nicholas and Rachel. So.
When I was doing King Arthur, I'd come home and say, okay, to my wife, Louise, okay, where's the dinner? You're not the king here. Wait a minute. You're not the king. You may be a prince, but you're not a king.
We'll come back and talk some more about the show, but first I do want to remind our viewers that we're talking about Damn Yankees at the Westchester Broadway Theater in Elmsford, a really wonderful, fun show. I do want to call your attention that Tuesday nights, when Damn Yankees is not playing, there are a series of other shows that are there. Tommy Dorsey Orchestra, the Clancy Brothers, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame show, Al Martino. There are an awful lot of things that are happening there. There is a lot of performance that's going on, not only here, but in other theaters. Recently at the Emlyn Theater, I saw a wonderful performance by Julie Budd, one of the top cabaret performers. And coming up not too long from now will be Lainey Kazan, who's known for film and for performance, for theater. So there's an awful lot happening here, and I think Westchester is a wonderful place to go out and enjoy yourself, is what it amounts to. What I want to get back to is to talk a little bit about, you two have been playing at the Westchester Broadway Theater when it was called an evening dinner theater, at the old theater and the new theater. We talked about some of the things that the stage makes possible. What's the comparison between the way it used to be at the old theater, which I thought was wonderful, and the new theater, which is even more wonderful?
Well, I think, first off, for the actors, the dressing room space is wonderful.
The audience never sees that.
Oh, no, yeah, audience, you don't know.
It makes such a nice...
Yes, you would be having to walk through each other's dressing rooms just to change or to go, to make entrances. Now we all have sort of separate dressing rooms. And I think playing the stage, the audience gets to see more scenery. I think we have hydraulic lifts that you can do a fuller production. That's what I feel.
And I see that things change, so that some trapdoors that didn't exist for the previous show are suddenly there today, and I think they're able to do so much more and so flexible.
Well, that was, I think, the huge advantage of moving into the new space, because the state of the art could then be implemented. We could use the computer boards and everything and the lights, and have sets appear and disappear. They don't really do a lot with the flies because of how it's organized. We have all this stuff underneath that keeps coming up and going down,
including performers who appear from.
And the one thing that the smaller space had was a sense of intimacy, which you have to adjust your acting dynamic.
But the space is not that much larger. Nobody is very far from the stage.
In the other space, the audience was really much closer to you, and you could do a little gesture, which doesn't work on TV here, but you could do a little gesture. The gesture now has to be like that.
So you bump it up. You bump up the acting.
It feels more like acting in an opera space as opposed to acting in an intimate theater space.
That is an
it's just an adjustment for the actor. It's not bad or not, good or bad. It's just
some of the things that I don't even know how they happen. You said it was magic. I know, you come out of your pocket with fire in your hand, right, and lights and smoke and all sorts of things are happening. It is magic, and it is magic.
The main thing about that is it's dangerous. It looks easy. My suit is fireproofed. I said, where's my suit in rehearsal? I said, come on, we're opening in 2 days. Where is my suit? They said, it's out to be fireproof. So is your jacket fireproof, your tie is fireproofed. And the smoke gets up there. It becomes slippery on stage for the dancer. So you have to find all the right balances for everyone.
I was responsible for setting off the fire alarm in Phantom with my gown when I was electrocuted and died. The pyrotechnics went off a thing, and I had all this smoke, and I had this long gown on, so the smoke was like under my gown. So I made my exit, and I was dead, so I was done for the day. And I walked backstage, and I started chatting with somebody right under the smoke alarm. And then meanwhile, wafts of smoke are coming, and the alarm goes out. The whole theater had to get emptied. I wasn't allowed to walk by that smoke alarm anymore.
You brought down the house.
You know what I would encourage for people who have boys who are interested in the arts to come see the show. Everyone should come see the show, but you'll see men dancing on stage as ball players. And we have a children's company called the Hudson Valley Dance Theater, based out of Cornwall. And Meg is working with children. But to encourage boys to dance, because they're intimidated. Sometimes they go to a dance class, there's 12 girls and one boy. But you see men dancing in this show, doing men choreography. It's great for the boys.
The PJ grew up dancing. I mean, it's hard as a guy
I know.
sometimes.
The reason I went is I got
all.
to see all those girls in tights.
Oh,
That's
So many of the people in chorus line indicate, and I've talked to other dancers, that they went to dancing class because their sister was going, and they just went there
And discovered something.
And discovered something.
Yeah.
Real.
I'll tell you, being a dancer, like you'll see these boys, or what I've done all my life, is you're an athlete. You're always in training, always working, always stretching. You have to be on that stage 8 times a week. You can't phone it in. You're out there kicking your legs up, singing. You have to watch your voice. You have to watch what you eat.
It always
daily.
amazes me when I see a matinee performance and then realize that they have to do that again.
Yeah.
I recently saw Cowgirls downtown, which is a wonderful show,
Yeah, I wanna see
and it's full of energy. And we were standing outside, and 2 of the performers came out and just walked in the park for a while. And I said, "My God, they don't have that much time. Maybe grab a bite and then get back there and do that."
Yeah.
And it doesn't stop for minutes. And I'm sure the same thing happens here when you do a matinee. You must have that same situation. You're talking about boys and boys dancing. The number to me that whenever I hear it, it makes me feel good, is you got to have heart.
Yeah.
And this scene, of course, that we're going to look at is really great because, let's talk about this. I mean, they're discouraged, right? And they're losing.
Well, Washington wasn't the greatest team, and they are losing. And here you have the manager, played by Steven Berger, encouraging the team. How do you encourage him? You come up with a great song like "You Gotta Have Heart." If anything else goes wrong, you gotta have heart. It'll work out.
The harmonies in that, there are some high tenor parts in there, which
It's the 50s, right? It's right out of the big band of the 40s, and that's where the popular music was at the time. It's wonderful.
It just plays so well, and sometimes you hear when they play some show tunes on radio, and every time I hear that, I mean, you want to sing along.
Mm-hmm.
I think a famous singer or 2 recorded that. I think I just heard it on the radio.
Did you really?
Like Vic Damone or somebody like that at the time recorded that song.
I hadn't heard that. I'll have to look that up and see.
Yeah, I don't know who it was. I meant to remember and I forgot.
One of the things that's nice about this theater is that they have these great luxury boxes that people can have their private party. They're seated in a private room, and I say they, and I shouldn't say they, because I did it once for an anniversary party, and I had my guests up in there, and of course they knew they were going to the theater, but they had no idea that the curtain would rise when the show started, and there they were in wonderful box seats overlooking the stage. It's such a great opportunity, and a special menu and special kind of service.
Your own waitress or waiter, right?
My son's doctor's bringing his whole clinic. That's their corporate, party, and they were all excited to go.
It's such a great.
I love it for this show too, because it's like you're at a box at the ball field.
Yes,
so it opens up and there you are.
$1,000 seat.
Yeah, so like
Donald
$1,000.
Talk about a box.
It's not $1,000.
But I tell you, the people should come. One of the best things about the theater that I think is an unkept secret is the prime rib. The prime rib is delicious. My wife comes all the time. She goes, "I'm getting the prime rib. You got to order the prime rib." The other food is good too, but the prime rib is great.
The food is excellent. I know in the past people have talked about dinner theater being dinner theater. This theater has been in existence now for 22 years, and I always admire the fact that it's really the longest running 52-week equity theater in New York State.
Yeah.
104 productions, and they're all produced here. They're not road shows that are brought in. They're produced. It's really high quality. I have seen some shows that I've seen on Broadway and seen here, and liked this version better than I liked it on Broadway. It's just
we're experiencing that very feeling with this show. The people that have
we
seen
get that sometimes, Even we got that with Camelot, and we got that with some other stuff.
One of the things we want to do is to make sure that we tell our viewers what number to call for more information for reservations. And
let's see if it's 592-2222.
It's an easy number to remember. And of course, that's a 914 number.
914-592-2222.
It's very obvious talking to you that that you're enjoying this show, that you're having a great time with it, and it just comes out. It just pours forth out of you that this is a great show to be in and a great place to be doing it. And of course, having played there so often, done so many shows, and now knowing that the next show you'll be into, and you've been in other shows there, it's like a home to you, isn't it?
Oh, very much.
I'll tell you, Bill and Bob and the whole organization, I think you hit it right on the head. It is like a home. They really are in the actor's corner. It's amazing to find producers that really care about the actors. And therefore, if they care about the actors are happy, the audience is happy, they care about their audience. They do training programs for their waiters and waitresses on how to relate to the customers.
All of whom are wearing baseball uniforms.
I know, yeah. And we have the bunting around.
And bunting all around, and they're also all wearing the number 22 for 22 years on the back of their jersey.
Those are great shirts, by the way.
Well, I thank you very much for coming. We've run out of time. We've been talking today with Meg Bussert and P.J. Benjamin, the stars of Damn Yankees at the Westchester Broadway Theater. As you can see, it's fun for them and it's fun for you. Go see it. You'll enjoy it. I'm Norman Liss. The name of this program is The Way to Go. Until next time, enjoy yourself.